Okay. So good morning, everybody. Clean up this little area here a little bit. Good morning, teacher. Good morning, everybody. Today we're going to do a little different schedule of events for the meeting. We're going to do some training, then we're going to do the opening round of introductions, and then we're going to do a second round of introductions where we're going to talk about your ask and then what you can offer people, what you can offer to the rest of the group. And then there was something else, I think, wasn't there?
What they had shared for their ask, what they are going to do or need.
That's right, what they need to have their ask accomplished. So the lecture portion this morning is going to be really quick, about 10 minutes, and it's going to be about intentional networking. So let me ask a quick question. How many people here go to networking meetings? I think we should all raise our hands, right? So this is a networking meeting, the business after hours, the lunch and learns, the monthly breakfasts. How many of us here, before we go to a networking meeting, think about what their goal is, what they hope to accomplish from that meeting, and what they're going to do in that meeting? See a couple of hands. Okay, 1, 2, good. I see, yeah, mutza, sort of. Okay, so that's the whole key. When you are in a business, everything has a value and everything has a cost. You have to look at what you're doing with your time, why you're doing it, and what the benefit of it. What is the return on investment, ROI? So a networking meeting is nothing different. You really have to be intentional about what you're doing at the meetings, why you're there, what you hope to accomplish, and what you're going to be able to give to the people in that meeting. So I'm going to do a quick thing about the pre-event, during the event, and the post-event. So for the pre-event, you want to have a goal based on the type of meeting. You want to say, okay, I want to meet 3 good potential clients. I want to give a presentation that really captures people's attention. I want to win the door prize. Whatever you are going to be going to, whatever that's going to be happening in that meeting, you want to align some goals with that meeting. So don't just drive up to the meeting and go up and check in with the person at the booth, but before you even go to the meeting, decide, why am I going to this meeting and what am I going to benefit from if I go to this meeting? You want to try to know what's going to happen in the meeting. Are they going to be asking people to get up and introduce themselves? Are they going to be giving away door prizes? Are they going to be asking you to talk about your book or your next upcoming event? You want to be prepared so that as the meeting's progressing, you're actively involved in it. You're not just being surprised. Oh, what's going on? You want to know who maybe some power partners or some good contacts might be in this meeting. You don't just want to go with no understanding of who's going to be there. You want to kind of understand what the demographic of the group is and who the people in the group that might be there could possibly help you. You want to obviously have all the logistics. You want to have your business cards. You want to also know your elevator pitch. You want to go over that in your mind a little bit beforehand. You want to make sure that you have the ask for the week or for the month clear in your mind so that you can articulate it quickly and easily. If you're going to have raffle prizes, maybe you want to give a raffle prize. You want to make sure that you've gotten that prepared in advance so that it's packaged properly. If you have to clip a business card onto it, you have that. If you have to print out a coupon, you have that already done up and it's all ready to go in advance. And then there's some other couple of add-ons. Maybe you have a book. Maybe you want to bring a couple of copies of your book so you can maybe sell them right there at the table. Maybe you are going to be having an event coming up, so you have a flyer produced that you can hand out, or maybe you can print up a QR code. When I did my free workshop back in October, I created a QR code for it that people can just scan with their camera. Maybe you have a brand new lead magnet that you want to talk about. So again, you have that prepared in your mind how you can quickly and easily articulate what you want to say. So that's all the preparation before you even walk into the meeting. Now, you drive up to the meeting. Okay, so you walk in, someone's sitting at the table, usually it's either Callie or Amanda, or it's going to be Callie and Amanda. It might be Isabella. But they're going to be either checking you in, maybe you've prepaid, maybe you have to pay at the spot. Try to figure out what's the most effective and efficient way I can check in. Do I need to have my credit card ready to go? Have I already paid? Am I just going to give them just slip them a quick 20 and then just walk on? Whatever it is, you want to kind of understand what the logistics of getting into the room are so you cannot be backing everybody up. Also, you want to ask the organizers, who in this meeting is somebody that I should meet? They will probably have the attendance list already made up in advance, and they will probably know who is expected to attend. So a good question for them is, who do I want to meet here today? Who is going to maybe be someone that I can help, or who is someone who can help me? And then you want to do your mingling strategically. You don't just want to wander around and talk to people sort of without any real goal. Again, we talked about the goal early. But you want to pick out people that, again, you can help or that you think can help you. Now, there's a couple of ideas. You want to maybe follow up from somebody that you've spoken with once before. You want to cement that relationship a little bit more. Maybe you want to look for somebody new, maybe either a new member who just joined or someone who hasn't been coming to the meetings very often but is on the attendance list today, so that you can check in with them and kind of get to know them a little bit better. You also, when you're talking to the people, you want to ask more questions of them than you talk. You don't want to be verbal vomiting, as they say. You want to be asking them questions about their business and what they need and who their demographic is and who their ideal client is and what they do for their client. And that helps you by knowing, okay, these are people I can refer to them. These are the people that have that same kind of a need or have that same kind of a problem and can benefit from this person's services. Then you want to make sure that you figure out what you can offer them, this other person that you're speaking with for 5 or 10 minutes that you're talking to them. How can I help them? What do I do? Who do I know that I can impart to them that will help their business? Also, make sure that you write down or somehow note any promises that you make, because you want to make sure that you follow up on your promises. You don't want to tell them that you'll give them a referral to somebody and then you just completely forget about it, because in the moment you're busy, you're looking at a lot of things, you're trying to integrate into the meeting really well, and you're thinking about a lot of different things, so you might forget what you were talking about. So somehow you want to be able to note any specific promises or tasks that you're going to be taking on. You want to make sure you get their business card. Now that's becoming a little bit more difficult nowadays because a lot of people are going to electronic business cards. But in some way, you want to track the information of the people that you're talking to. You have to get their business card, get their little electronic business card, or even just note it down on a piece of paper if you have to, with at least their name and their phone number. And then here's a kind of a trick. You want to categorize the people that you meet as really high-level prospects and maybe secondary level prospects. And if you're getting business cards, it's really easy because the A contacts, the people that you absolutely want to put in your CRM and you really want to talk to, they go in your right-hand pocket. The ones that are not so much, I'll talk to them when I can, or I'll see about maybe putting them in my CRM next week. Those go in your left-hand pocket. So the right-hand pockets are the good ones, the left-hand pockets are the maybe okay kind of ones. And then do not, and this is negative influencing here, so I have to be careful, but do not jam a business card in someone's hand, like you've maybe even seen that happen. They call that seagull networking. You kind of come in, swoop in, drop something off, and fly away. You want to make it comfortable for them to feel like they can talk to you again, and you don't want to be forcing anything on them. If maybe they don't normally like to take business cards, so that would maybe not insult them, but it would make them feel kind of uncomfortable. So be careful about giving someone your business card. I always ask, would you like my business card? or ask them if it's okay if you give them your business card, and ask them if it's okay if you put them in your CRM. Or maybe even a better way to do that would be, would you like to receive monthly updates on how to be a better speaker? I put out a newsletter or I put out an email, and I can put you on my mailing list if you'd like. And usually they'll say yes. Sometimes they'll say, you know, I'm so overwhelmed with emails these days, I'm trying to just knock on anybody's email list. So please, don't do that. And then that way you know, but you ask them and you get their permission to do that. So that's why you're at the meeting. So then there's post-event activities. After you leave the meeting, you're not done. You still have more things to do. So you want to, first of all, add those people to your CRM that they said was okay. And nowadays, there's also the text messaging. That gets real touchy because of all the anti-spam laws in California and America, and even Canada is even pretty tough on that. And I'm sure Rihanna knows all about that because you have to do that on your website documentation. So usually I think you have to get like some sort of a written, they have to check off a box somewhere, they have to opt in somehow. Yeah. Exactly. Although that, I understand that they do have a much higher open rate on text than email. So people want to do text messaging, but that's kind of another topic. But be aware that you can use their phone number to text them, and you have to get the permission before you put that little check mark in your database. Also, follow up on any tasks that you promised to do, people that you were going to call, people that you were going to refer business to, or people you were going to get names of other service providers for them. All the tasks that you promised, try really hard to make sure that you do all those. And on anybody that you feel you maybe got a really good rapport with, or there was something going on that maybe they gave you a couple of referrals right there on the spot. I mean, you never know, that might happen. For those special people, you maybe want to do something a little bit more special yourself. Maybe give them a handwritten note or a thank you card, or call them up and just say, hey, we met yesterday and I called that person you referred me to, and I'm going to have a discovery call with them next week. That was awfully nice of you. That was really helpful to my business. I really, really appreciate what you did for me. And even just like that, a short phone call out of the ordinary would be really appreciated. So take the time to do those extra special reconnects with people. Okay, so that's basically the whole area of intentional networking. Do you have any questions from anybody? Anything we talked about, or any observations that you've gotten maybe in your own experience, things that have gone particularly well, the things that maybe didn't quite go so well in a networking event that you would like to share?
One of the things I make a point to do is if they give me a business card, put a notation on that business card.
Oh yeah, absolutely.
Just had a baby, i.e. just changed jobs, only been at that job for 3 weeks.
Yes.
i.e. had a fabulous red suit on, comment about her red suit color, whatever it might be.
Absolutely.
Just something to create that connection again that you had in person, but when you correspond with them later on.
Yes, that's an amazing point to use. That really helps cement those relationships, which is what we're all about, trying to build better, deeper relationships. Okay, anything else? Okay, well, thank you very much for your attention. And now we're going to move on to our next little piece of the meeting.
Good, how are you?